Good day, everybody. This is another weekly outlook. Today is Monday, January 5th, and I'll be doing the weekly outlook for Monday, January 4th, 2026 to Friday, January 11th, I believe. So I'll be going over the same pairs, AU, EU, GU, and UJ, and also I'll include DXY. All right, started. All right, looking at DXY, what happened last week was my bias was a sell. I did notice that it was a divergence and potentially seen it turn around, and that's what it did. Broke structure and ended up buying for the week. So what do I see this week? I'm looking at the current trend compared to the previous one. My bias direction now is a buy, right? So with that being said, I identified areas that I do not want to see the market to go beyond, which is the structure point here. And right now, market has impulse, right? So being that it's impulse, I need a correction. Once the market corrects, I'd like to see an ABC correction, and then I can potentially target higher. So being that the dollar is buying, AU, EU, and GU should be selling, and UJ should also be similarly correlating as in buying. And I believe I did see that, but still going to go ahead and check. All right. So last week, what I said for AU was that the bias was a buy and did have low volume, and it, I see two things happening: either the market continue higher or potentially reversing after breaking structure. And I was definitely leaning towards, the market selling. So the market did do that. That's how it played out. So with that being said, that is good. It's doing the opposite of DXY. But also what I see for this week, being that the market is currently selling while still in a buy, being that it's currently selling, I will prepare for selling opportunities. Market is already corrected and is making its way lower. Being that it's pretty low, this is not anything, similar to a discount, in my opinion. It's very low to be selling. So what I would like to see is I would like to see the market continue lower. Once the market continues lower, we that ABC type correction that I like, and then we can potentially target lower prices. Moving on over to EU. Also doing the opposite of DXY, which is looking good. So what I said last week, though, I believe last week I said that similar, probably similar to AU is correlating. Market was buying at the time and losing. It had already broken structure, so uh, so I said the market was selling. Sorry, price was selling, but overall bias was to buy. Instead of continuing to buy, it just continued to sell. So uh, that that is a scenario and how that played out. But what I see this week is, looking at this trend compared to the previous trend, we are definitely in an impulse for for a bearish market. And right now, market is extremely low. So again, this is nothing showing right now that I would like to participate in selling. So in order for me to potentially to continue to sell and target lower prices, I would definitely need the market to correct in my ABC type of correction. Once it does that, we can target lower prices. Moving on over to GU. What I seen last week is there was a lot of consolidation, so I predicted the market going either way, either going up or going down. And ultimately, what the market did was it went down, similarly correlated to AU and GU. But but Um, yeah, so the market did ended up going down. That's how that played out. Now, what I'm looking for this week is looking at this current impulse compared to the previous trend, right? Lets me know I'm in a correction. So that being said, um, though the market is buying right now, it's currently selling, and I will look for a sell opportunity. Again, market's sitting super low as everything else has been so far. So I want that ABC type correction. Once I get the ABC type correction, we can go ahead and target lower prices. And last but not least, we have USD JPY. Sorry, again future. And what did what what I seen last week as market was overall buying, but at the moment it was selling. So the market did continue to sell last week. Now it didn't create a lower low, but it did break this upward structure, bullish structure that was created. And once that structure broke, it just continued to sell. But now zooming into what is actually going on this week, bias is still a sell. Sorry, just to clarify, this is yen future, so it's the inverse yen future. So UJ would be buying, but since this is yen futures, this is inverse. This is selling. So I was looking at this trend compared to the previous trend. Current Currently the impulse is for the bearish side. So with that being said, bias direction is down. As we can see right now, market is pretty low. So again, I just need my correction. Once I get that correction, then target lower prices. So that is my outlook for this week. That's what's currently going on, and what do I need to see? Thank y'all for watching. Y'all have a great day.